Good evening and welcome to the burn unit. Jonathan's not ready again, so I'm going to tell you one of my jokes. Guy goes to a doctor. Doctor says, I've got good news and bad news for you. Guy says, what's the bad news? Doctor says, you have cancer. He says, what's the good news? He says, see that nurse over there? Last night I fucked her. It's showtime!
Thank you. We are back with more Burn Unit and my special guest, Penny Wiggins, my assistant on stage. You know her as Psychic Tanya. And we're doing a two-part, we're going to make this into a two-part episode because we're having so much fun. And there's so much more to tell, stories
So
to tell.
many stories.
Yeah, and this is the beginning of the second part.
This is the beginning of the second part.
Which will make perfectly good sense if you're at home.
Right, and we better hope that that is the case, Bruce, because you just announced it where we might not want it to be the second part.
Well, that is the joke.
Oh, yeah. A joke, see? Wait a minute. Stuff in my ribs. Okay. All right, so I was talking about there's certain bits that Miss Penny does not want to do during the show. You have to convince her to... She thinks her character is pure and naive and a virgin when she's actually a stripper who can pick up a ping pong ball with her vagina, as that's in the beginning of the show.
But I'm too dumb to realize that.
Yeah. So she wants to keep her character pure, which I don't. But so this is something that when Penny was out of the show for how many weeks?
3 weeks.
She's out of the show for 3 weeks because I stapled a card over her eye for real. I usually have a staple gun that is void of staples and a card that has tape on it, and I stick it to her eye, and I bang, shoot it on there with the staple gun. This particular time, there was a staples in the gun because the stagehand had switched staple guns, not on purpose.
So we
think. So anyway, come time for me to hit her over the eye with the staple gun, it went right into her eye. And this is not like a stapler. This is a staple gun.
Right, and it punctured two punctures.
Two punctures in her eyeball, and her eye was deflating.
Right.
Liquid was coming out of her eyes. And she ran off screaming. And I went, that was odd. I'll bet you that was a real staple. I only knew that because it had happened to Sandra, my wife. Another time.
You never learn, do you?
No, it's not me that sets my props. Understand that it's the stagehands that always fuck that one up. So then, after it happened to you, we took the little thing right out. Nobody's going to do that again. So she ran back on stage and finished the whole rest of the show without missing a beat. She did...
professionalism.
Yeah. I thought she would run to the hospital and get her eye maybe taken care of. But she knew that if she didn't come back, her other eye would have had her. So...
But it kept there was liquid, and I was like, I'm bleeding. So I'd run off stage and go, oh my God!
I heard that, yes. I heard
and then I'd come back on stage, and then
I
I'd go back on sobbing.
The hysteria I heard was reserved for backstage. I thought you were nice and calm through the whole thing.
I know. I was screaming backstage.
So she finished the show and then ran to the hospital, and they
After we sold T-shirts.
That's right. She even stayed for selling T-shirts.
You did merchandise?
Yes.
Okay, that's going from being courageous to being kind of
stupid.
I didn't say it.
No, it's being courageous.
Courageous.
No,
although she did ruin...
It's called finishing. The show must go on.
Yeah, but she did ruin 2 T-shirts wiping her eyes. Shut your mouth. Merchandise doesn't have to go on. I'll slap your face. She ruined 2 of the shirts with her stupid runny eye.
It kept leaking onto the T-shirt.
So then she was out of the show, and then an Italian comedian named Paola came and took her place, and she hated it. She hated having her. She does not want to be out of my show for one day.
I hate being
she thinks that if she takes a vacation, I'm going to change my mind about her coming back into the show. So she won't take vacation. She's serious. She's that paranoid, or she thinks I'm that fickle.
I played her once, though.
Yeah, that's true.
Remember where were you?
I was in St. Thomas, but I'm always like,
which is
Jonathan.
interesting. We should talk about where you come from because it is very interesting.
Yeah, we will.
You were in St. Thomas, so I wore the Penny costume and I came out with the script and I did all.
You wore it all the time, even though you weren't in the show. You had it on.
But now we did it on stage.
And I was like, Jonathan, I'm taking off these 3 days in June. Why don't you take off these 3 days in June too?
Yeah,
and he's like, no.
I want her to take time off. I think that she needs time off. It's not any more fun doing the show without you. And it's not. I don't save any money. But Paola was very good in the show. You came and saw her when you were.
She was very Italian. She talked like this, and she's like, Johnathan.
And she's a comedian like Penny is. All the other psychic Tanyas before you were my ex-girlfriends.
Right.
And they had to come in and be actresses, and they weren't. You know, they were good, but you brought life to the part. You made it into a part. And so you were off, but she wouldn't do this one gag you're about to see on TV. Paola wrote this bit. And I said, it's genius. And she said, it's shit, only because she hated Paola being in the show.
No, that's not true. I just I don't want to be doing that. And then
you watch and tell me if this isn't one of the funniest
No, but I committed
bits.
to it anyway, even if I didn't want to
commit
do
to
it.
She was ordered to do it. Or
no,
else.
and I still committed to it. I still could have done it and not
I have to
committed.
actually say, if you don't do it, that's when I use the old fear factor. If you don't do it, I'll find someone who will. I've only had to do that twice. Here's one of the times. Watch this. This is hilarious.
Hilarious.
Now, we have a gift for you. Tanya! Bring out his gift. She shops every day to try to find our volunteers something snazzy. What'd you find? Snazzy. Snaggy are your teeth. What?
I got show tickets.
Oh boy, the Blue Man Group. You spent more than $100 on 4 tickets.
Oh, no, my friend.
Don't you call me that ever again or I'll slap your face. I told you that.
Yeah. These are free.
They don't give out free tickets
No, I got
to
them.
anyone.
I'm a winner, chicken dinner.
No, you're a lunatic, and any cock will do. Please, let's see what they are. Okay. How the hell did you manage to get front row? Oh, shit.
Complimentary.
Shit all over your face. Oh, I was wrong. That is your face. You got it. It's off. Now look. Go get his gift. You act like you've never seen fleas before, for God's sake. Go.
I already brought out the gift.
No, the one I put back there in case you pulled this shit again, Flamingo. Somebody taking flash pictures or I know it's humor again?
No, there's nothing back there.
On the back of the chair, Bionic. I can see it from here. This gift. I told.
You want the back of the chair?
No, watch my lips. It's on the back of the chair.
I'll get the chair.
I don't want the chair. Mighty Joe Young, come back. Stand here and I'll get it. And don't touch him while I'm gone. Leave him alone. All right? And my props too. Don't touch them. Just stand there. Here. Listen to this tape while I'm gone. Listen to me. If she touches any of my shit or you, sweep kick her legs out from underneath her. She won't fall. She'll hang there in the air like a demon. Just do it.
I don't hear anything. Oh, hey, look. You just ripped your pants. Hey, sexy. You like to dance it. Oh, no.
How many times did you miss your mark with that one?
No, it's because they put the thing wrong.
Yeah. Stand on the cross. She's not on the cross. Box hits next to her. That didn't happen very often, though.
No, I still committed to that bit.
Yeah.
Even if I don't
Brilliant.
want to do
So
it.
you're
Brilliant
from,
stuff.
if you don't mind, which I find interesting, you're from St. Thomas, and you were pretty much, let me get this right, the only white person in your school?
No, not the only, but I was like out of
She
90.
had 2 white sisters that went to school with her.
Out of 90%, I was one of the white 10%.
So, I mean, you were really the minority.
Indeed,
in the
I got beat up all the time. Like, hey, white chico, come here, oh,
Did they actually say pow when they hit?
It's a bad, but she's doing bad.
oh, in your face, yo.
Yeah, she's from the Virgin Islands.
Yeah.
And, but she, her geography skills are good. You'd think that being on an island, going to school, you wouldn't really know geography. But she's going to do a bit for you right now. Since this is a 2-parter and we have extra time, we're going to do a bit called soap opera. And this
Aren't you going to run the tape, or are you
No,
just
I'm
gonna...
not. I mean, you're going to do it live.
Okay.
You're going to do it live
Okay.
because you can't just keep running. You haven't seen her
You
Spanish
have.
soap
I
opera?
don't think I've seen you do that.
This is what I saw her do. This is one of the things I saw her do that made me hire her. She's a really great stand-up, and this is one of her.
Well, I have to be
funniest.
standing. So
Well,
are
you
you
can
prepared
stand.
for standing?
Just your microphone. Just make sure it doesn't jiggle jangle all over.
Okay.
I'll spot you with your mic, and
Okay,
that way.
so
all right, go ahead.
So I'm very into Spanish soap operas. Yay! Very much like they're very like passionate and dramatic. It's true. They're like this. Mira, me no gusta la Captain Crunch. Ay, pero Carlos, me hace para mucho tiempo. Cállate. Ay, Carlos, ¿qué pasó? Silencio, idiota. ¡Ay, Carlos! ¡Mi cabeza! ¡Tu pantalones es muy grande! ¡Ay, Carlos! Por favor. ¡Mami! ¡Papi! ¿Qué pasito? ¿Dónde es Toto? Toto es aquí. ¡Mami! ¡Ay, Carlos! ¿Por qué? ¡Ay, no, Carlos, no! ¡Ay! 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 ¡Pendejo! Thank you. Very dramatic am I. And single.
Were those all Spanish words for real?
Yes.
They all were.
Yes.
Penny knows about 6 languages. She knows she knows a little bit.
I have 12 languages.
12 languages, but just a little
How are
bit,
you?
just enough to freak out someone who's with us, who happens to be. She can say one thing, they're really impressed, and then it goes downhill from
Like,
there.
Boani, Dadani. That's it. That's all I know.
Yeah, and then
Like,
they'll,
mula mena, no mula cara. Nope, I don't understand.
then they'll
ya.
say something back to her, and she's got the frightened like, shit, why didn't I learn more? Look on her face.
And they're like, mula kata lo coleta. No, thank you.
So now that you're not working every night, what are you doing? What are you going to do?
Well, I'm doing stand-up comedy, so I've
Right,
kind of
you're
gone back into the roots.
And we're going on the road once in a while now.
And we go on the
So
road.
that we can make our house payments.
Do you have any place you wanted to plug?
Yes, I'll be at the Orleans at Big Al's Comedy Club, April 10th through the 14th.
No, we're working that week.
Nope, we're working the 5th, 6th, and 7th.
Yeah.
Did I show you my candle? So that's what I have booked so far.
Yeah. Are you going to get an agent?
Yes, and I'm also working on an all-female variety show called Shenanigans. I have
Which you've
another,
already done. You've done one of
I've done
those.
2 of them.
Oh, 2 of them.
and they were sold out, completely
They were
packed.
great. Yeah,
and
they
it's
were
an
completely packed. Yeah.
all-female variety show that I
The only time the
created.
Harmon Theater's ever been completely packed.
Except for Gary Willette's funeral.
Gary Willette's funeral. And my
Anyway.
funeral, which was not packed
Yeah.
every night for 5 years.
And then I've also been doing some extra work with Becky in the audience and voiceovers I'm trying to get into. So
I've got a couple questions. It's kind of a quiz for you. There's a check.
$100?
There's the check that you could have had you had the comic ability to tell a joke. All right, here it is. These are questions. You answer yes. We'll What would you do if somebody hit you with a chair? That's question number 1.
Well, it depends on how big the person
Say
is.
it wasn't a big person, and it was a wicker chair. What would you do?
I would chase them and punch them in the face.
Okay, good answer. Good answer. All right. Here's another one. If you were auditioning for a part, and say a black gentleman asked you to take your pants off and sit on his lap,
I would not do it.
you would not do it.
No.
Okay, all right, good. You sure about that one?
If you were in a car and a girl was
Oh, I'm
screaming
not
at
done
you.
yet.
Oh,
I'm
wait,
not
let
done
me just
yet.
ask this one. If you were a girl was drunk and she was screaming at you in your car, what would you do?
I would make sure my seatbelts were on and hers were off. I would hit the brake, thereby sending her head into the windshield, knocking her out cold while we drove home, and then we would both be safe. Because otherwise, if she's hitting me while she's drinking and I'm not, and I'm trying to drive, she could kill us both. I think it would be a safe thing to bounce her head off the windshield, make her sleep.
And she has a concussion and she can't speak correctly for the rest of her. Wait, I have another question for you. No,
Okay,
hold on.
all
You
right,
asked me
all
two. All right, what would you do if you got divorced and your wife left her wedding dress at your house?
Well, a lot of guys would probably keep it for her because there's a sentimental value, and they would give it back to her. I personally would take it and throw it in the fireplace and let her listen to it while she was on the phone. And then I would tell her I was just kidding about it, that I really do have it, get her hopes up again, and then say, no, I really did burn it. And send them crashing down. Do that a few times, too. Yeah. And you have any other?
No,
I
I
for
have
you.
a few more. No. And,
Penny-
and it's a wrap, right? Why?
No,
why? Thank
Penny
you,
and I
good
used to
night.
play this game where you draw each other's face on the
Yeah.
back of a placemat, and then you take and you cut the mouth part out and you put it up to your face like a mask, and the real mouth is your mouth. So it would be a mask drawing of your face with the mouth moved, and then you would be able, from that disguise, be able to say anything that you wanted about somebody, no matter how true it was and how embarrassing it was.
It's really fun.
Because you're hiding behind this paper mat.
And it's a very fun game.
It is a fun game,
It's done
unless
correctly.
you take it so fucking far with the people that you're playing it with, and tell the one that her engagement ring is way too small and that her husband's cheap, and that this other one's having an affair with somebody.
Oh, God.
Yeah, she was brutal with this game. I mean, she really
I'm
thought
committed. It's
she
called
really she's
commitment.
committed to it. She really thought you could say anything and get away with it. But the two women didn't talk to her for the rest of their vacation. They were really pissed off, you know. Because
They were crying, actually.
they were crying because these are things that they both really were thinking about. And Penny brought them to light.
Well,
but it was fun.
At least you brought it up.
Yeah,
Dealt with
I
it
think
and
that's the
moved
last
on.
time we played that game too.
Yeah, I don't think that ever happened
Yeah,
again. What
yeah.
about remember? This is my favorite memory of you. Was when remember?
He's not dead.
No, this is one of my favorite memories. Yeah, remember when we had to have a contest like whoever could hold the note the longest? Like
Yeah.
What was it called?
Auga.
Auga.
Yeah, you got to hold that. Play it with this, Bruce. Whoever holds their,
I've got a bad
you just
pop.
gotta hold the old part. Ready?
What do I say?
Yeah.
Auga?
Auga.
Yeah, but when you
But
get
you
to
have to
au,
hold
you gotta,
it.
you gotta keep it going.
Okay.
Right?
Right.
1, 2, 3. God, I'm first out. Bruce is the winner. Nice. Can't believe I was the first one out, man. Usually I can hold it a lot longer than
I
that.
think
I
I
wasn't
pushed-
prepared.
Now, you gotta get a head rush from that.
That's how it feels to be Penny.
Why do you think I got the job?
Well, that was fun. We had a great time talking about. Well, I'm trying to think if there's any. Let me look at my notes here and tell. Okay, I did the 3 jokes, and you fucking didn't have to write that check. Yeah. But that was fun. I knew it would go long, but I didn't know it would go this long. We
Yeah.
turned it into 2 segments, and I've had a great time, and I wouldn't have another partner to save my life.
Oh, thanks.
And she is my best friend, and probably my working partner till I retire, and that was 3 weeks ago. So
In December,
I'm done
we
with
have
you.
one more week left. What?
No, actually, we just signed on with ICM, which is the second biggest agency in the world, and they called us, and now it looks like we're going back to work, but not in Vegas anymore. So thank God for that.
Yeah.
So
You're happy about that,
Yeah,
aren't
I'm
you?
very happy about that. It got to be a nightmare towards the end, and thanks to Bally's, And we're on the road, which we make.
This is truly the best jump I've ever had, honestly, and I love it.
It turned out good
Love
for
it.
both.
I love
both of us.
making people laugh.
Well, you should try it then sometime. Ladies and gentlemen, we are out of here. Thank you. Another episode of Burn Unit with Penny Wiggins.
Thank you.